How's it going, everybody? Haley Hodges, your Utah Realtor here with Utah Homes Network, and welcome back for another segment. Today, we are going to be talking about the benefits of using your Realtor's preferred lender. Now, I know oftentimes people will have their guard up, they're not too sure about it, and the reason is they assume, oh, there must be a kickback that's coming back to the Realtor for referring this lender. And so let me squash that theory because, in fact, kickbacks are illegal, so that is not a thing. And so oftentimes people wonder, well, then why? Why would you refer a lender if you don't get anything out of it? And to keep it simple and to the point, it's because these lenders are really good at what they do, and they make me look good. They make other realtors look good because they're phenomenal at their job. And that's really what you want at the end of the day. So I guess the question a lot of people ask is, well, how does a lender become your preferred lender? What are you looking for? And the first thing would be connection and relationship. So I know for me personally and for a lot of realtors, it's beneficial to find a lender that has a similar working style to you. You want a lender and a realtor that work cohesively and not as two separate entities. When it's two separate entities, things tend to fall through the cracks or to not be communicated effectively, and you just run into bigger issues down the road. Whereas when you're working kind of as one, it's just much smoother. So when you find that realtor-lender combo, it's just the sweet spot. It's a really good way to work together. Highly, highly recommend that whoever you choose as a realtor and a lender, that they've done business together before and they jive well together. Number two, the other reason that a realtor would have a preferred lender is the lender's reputation. So in this industry, in real estate, it is all about your business relationships, your reputation, and then that all ties into receiving business referrals. If you don't have a good reputation in this market and in this industry, your job is going to be short-lived. I can tell you, I remember every single lender that has botched a transaction for one of my clients, whether it's the seller or the buyer, and that stays in the vault. And, you know, there is some caution when you see a pre-approval letter come through with that lender's name because you know what they've done before. And let's say it was they weren't being very truthful or they overpromised and they couldn't deliver on what they were saying. All these things come into play when you're trying to, frankly, deal with the biggest transaction that most people will make in their life. These are issues and concerns that you don't want to have. So reputation is key. And then number three is availability. So my lenders will respond to the phone at 9 o'clock at night if needed. That is not a universal trait, especially if you're working with a big box lender or a banker, because they work standard business hours. And I hate to break it to you, but most buyers are not drafting offers during standard banking hours. They are drafting offers at 7 or 8 o'clock at night, and you should always be calling your lender prior, or I guess I should say your realtor should always be calling your lender prior to drafting an offer to make sure the timelines are going to work and everything's up to speed. And if it's, say, a little bit earlier in the night, if it's 9 o'clock at night, I would suggest that the lender call first thing in the morning to vet your buyers to the listing agent. Or if it's, say, 6 o'clock at night, having the lender call the listing agent that evening, just so you have a little extra pizzazz and pow going into the offer. And that's another reason when you have a realtor and a lender working really well together, you tend to see this type of style, and that's what gets the offers accepted. That's the magic. So those are three reasons why, at least for me, what I'm looking for in a preferred lender and why I would choose a preferred lender, but why most realtors would. And so strongly recommend that even if you don't choose them, you interview past clients, you look at Zillow reviews. The best part is if you can get clients that will actually be willing to talk to you about that experience. That way you can see if you would jive with them as well. So like to keep this one short and sweet since some of my other videos tend to go 10 to 15 minutes long. But if you have any other questions, feel free to reach out to me. As always, thank you for listening. And if you would like some more short informational videos, you can always follow me on TikTok and Instagram at Haley Sells Utah.